everyone! We're super excited to show off our next hero, Lukas, the Beast of Light. Lukas is a fighter with explosive potential who can transform into a fierce sacred beast and specializes in unleashing wild flurries of attacks. Beast of Light, Lukas. Passive, Hero's Resolve. Lukas has a resource called Resolve that he gains over time. Lukas can only use his ultimate when his Resolve is full. In his Sacred Beast form, Lukas will lose Resolve over time and will revert to human form when Resolve is fully depleted. While in either form, Lukas can also gain Resolve by damaging enemy heroes. First skill, Flash Combo. Lukas unleashes a flurry of attacks, dealing considerable damage. Lukas gains vigor when hitting with his basic attacks that stacks up to 2 times. Based on the number of stacks, his first skill deals increased damage and inflicts additional CC effects. At 0 stacks, Lukas dashes forward and punches in the target direction. At 1 stack, Lukas dashes forward and pushes enemies slightly before unleashing a multi-hit AoE attack that stuns enemies and pulls them toward the center. At 2 stacks, Lukas performs an initial combo that stuns enemies, then unleashes his multi-hit AoE attack that pulls enemies toward the center. Second skill, Flash Step. Lukas dashes in the target direction, enhancing his next basic attack to allow him to blink behind the target for a powerful strike. Lukas also gains increased movement speed, and attack range for a period of time. Ultimate. Unleash the Beast. Lukas transforms into his Sacred Beast form, gaining bonus attributes and new enhanced skills. His first skill gains increased attack range, while his second skill gains increased dash distance. Lukas can activate his ultimate again while in Sacred Beast form to launch a massive shockwave blast in the target direction that explodes upon hitting an enemy hero or reaching max range, dealing damage and unleashing 3 aftershocks. Lukas should use his second skill to close in on the enemy, then use the enhanced basic attack plus another basic attack to get 2 stacks of vigor. Now use his fully powered first skill to inflict high damage and stun and displace the target, then back off to avoid the enemy's counterattack. In Sacred Beast form, use Lukas's second skill, followed by an enhanced basic attack, then another basic attack to get 2 stacks of vigor. Use his first skill to inflict high damage and CC, and finish off with Shockwave Blast to devastate the enemy with a massive AoE attack. Lukas is a very capable laner. When not in Sacred Beast form, use hit-and-run tactics to gain the upper hand. Upgrade Lukas's first skill at level 1, and continue prioritizing upgrading his first skill since it's his main source of damage. Using his first skill at 2 stacks of vigor will inflict additional CC and make Lukas immune to some CC, allowing him to negate certain enemy abilities. Lukas's second skill is a dash that also enhances his basic attack and can be used to outplay opponents in lane. We recommend using the Fighter custom emblem with Firmness, Festival of Blood, and Brave Smite talents. Brave Smite's HP recovery from dealing damage, combined with Lukas's high-frequency attacks, will significantly boost his sustainability in lane. Warcry can also be taken instead to maximize Lukas's damage output. When you're in a favorable position, we recommend this equipment build that offers more flexibility in the early game, particularly during the laning phase. War Axe and Hunter Strike are Lukas's core equipment. They provide high cooldown reduction and trigger additional effects with basic attacks, which synergize perfectly with Lukas's fighting style. Queen's Wings will boost both damage and survivability, while Oracle will help Lukas stay alive in the late game. When playing at a disadvantage, swap Hunter Strike for Queen's Wings to significantly boost his survivability, and add Brute Force Breastplate in the late game for both defense and offense. We recommend the Vengeance battle spell for Lukas to boost his laning prowess and survivability. Lukas excels in close-quarter combat and is a good counter to heroes with low mobility and CC, like Hanabi and Ixia. Lukas needs to stay close to enemies to deal damage, which makes him vulnerable to heroes with strong burst and CC, such as Fanny, Valir, and Julian. Lukas' Sacred Beast form has extended attack range and enhanced mobility, which synergizes well with heroes possessing AoE CC, such as Atlas, Tigreal, and Gato-Gacha. In the early game, Lukas will be lacking survivability, so try to use his enhanced basic attacks and first skill to do hidden runs. Once his build is complete in the late game, his Sacred Beast form lets him dive deep into the enemy's backline to apply intense pressure and pose a big threat to enemy marksmen, while also being able to unleash devastating AoE from afar with Shockwave Blast. Lukas, the Beast of Light, will be released on 12/21. Enjoy 30% off during launch week. Get his Ardent Roar skin for only 51 diamonds in the first 14 days. We hope you'll have fun with this wild and spirited fighter. And until next time, we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn.